You guys, so let's have an introduction on the terms that we are going to use all throughout the semester in cytogenetics. So simulan natin. So first thing is observe your ears. Yan, ears. So ang mga ears natin guys, namamana natin yan, okay? So 50% are coming from your mom. 50% of your genes are coming from your dad, okay? So observe your earlobes. So sa akin, yung earlobes ko attached siya, parang itong image na to. Attached. So the photo I'm showing here is a free earlobe. Yan. So check mo kung attached or free earlobe ka. And check if you have a dimple. Yan, dimple. Kasi guys, yan, tinanong ko, and do you have an ability to roll your tongue? Guys, itong mga karakteristik na to, having a free earlobe, having a dimple, and ability to roll your tongue are dominant genes. Yan, dominant gene. So when we say someone has a dominant gene, yan. So meaning, guys, kahit isa lang, one of your parents has this gene, it will show. Okay? It will show. So, ibig sabihin, guys, this could pass through from every generation. Yan. So, if you have a dimple, most probably one of your parents has a dimple, one of your grandparents has a dimple, most probably your grandchild will have a dimple, okay? So these are autosomal dominant characteristics. If you have the ability to roll your tongue, most probably your children's children would have the ability to roll their tongue, okay? So ma'am, ano tong mga recessive? Just like my ears, yan. It's a recessive gene, yan. So when we say something is recessive, actually, it needs two of your parents to have that gene para makita sa'yo. Okay? So, recessive yung tenga ko. So, kung free yung so most probably kaya nakikita na attach yung earlobe ko guys kasi both of my parents has attached earlobe, okay? Pero kung may isang sa magulang ko na may free earlobe, most probably may free earlobe rin ako. So guys, when we say dominant genes, yan, it is easily expressed. Kahit isa lang sa parent mo na meron, makikita sa sarili mo, okay? But guys, if you have a recessive gene, yan, it needs two of your parents to have it so that it will be seen in a child, okay? So please take note of those dominant characteristics and recessive characteristics. So isa sa mga dominant characteristics na napag-aaralan na natin, rolling the tongue, having a free earlobe, and dimple. Okay? So, kunyari may dimple ka, so most probably, yung parents mo, may dimple. Okay? So, cytogenetics is because all about genetics. Yan. So, study of inheritance. And cyto is the study of a cell. Specifically, in that cell, merong chromosomes. Okay? So, cytogenetics is the study of chromosomes. Ma'am, ano ang chromosomes, okay? So basically, we have a DNA. Yan. So DNA is so long, mahaba ang DNA. It has 3 billion bases. Yan, ang haba-haba ng DNA, guys. Kung di ako nagkakamali, per cell, it has about 3 meters of DNA per cell. Okay? So ang haba. So it needs to be organized, okay, and be condensed. So how did the body organize the DNA? So para maayos siya, hindi siya magkabuhol-buhol. So it coiled it in a protein called histones. Yan. So inikot sa protein called histones, and eventually, yan, yung mga bilog, it was called a nucleosome. So nung wineve kinoil na ng kinoil, it made a chromatin up to becoming a chromosome. Okay? So, hindi gummy worm yan. So, it's a chromosome. And chromosome is just a condensed DNA. So your chromosome carries all your DNA information, okay? All your genetic information, okay? So your genes, guys, just like what I told you a while ago, 50% of it came from your mother and 50% came from your father, okay? So to make the proteins in the body, yan. So ang mga nag-uutos kung anong mga proteins ang magagawa ng katawan is yung code that is found in the nucleus, which is DNA, okay? And DNA are organized as chromosomes. So cytogenetics is the study of chromosomes, okay? So that in the creation of multiple cells, class, in the creation of multiple cells, so dapat lahat ng cells natin pare-pareho yung chromosomes, hindi ba? So para maging pare-pareho yung mga chromosomes natin, nagkaroon ng DNA replication. So DNA is just copying itself, yan, so that it could pass it to its daughter cell. So we have a parent cell, yan, or an older cell. Hindi ba in the process of mitosis, it will divide. Yan. So para yung mga daughter cell magkakaroon ng the same DNA, there must be DNA replication. So ano lang yan, added lang yan. Okay. So one chromosome, so hindi yan gummy worm. So it contains your DNA. So it has an arms, so may mga arms. So P arm are the small, shorter arms, and the longer arm are your Q arms. Yeah. So the point where there is constriction is the centromere, yung sa gitna. And these are two identical chromatids, okay? So kung saan sila nagsama, doon ang centromere. Pero yung chromatids, guys, one of your chromatids came from your mom, one of your chromatids came from your dad, okay? So here, cute-cute nila ha. So one of the chromatids are coming from your dad. Paulit-ulit. Huwag niyo kalimutan. So in all, we have 46. Yan. 46, bilangin niyo lahat. 46 chromosome or 23 pairs. Okay. This is 1 pair. This is 2 pairs. This is 3 pair. Nakit, no? 4 pairs. Up to the 22nd pair. Okay. So lahat tong 1 to 22, guys, these are your autosomal chromosomes. Okay. And 1 sex chromosome. Okay. So XY kung lalaki, XX kung babae. Yan. So we have 46 chromosomes and a cell. Okay. So autosomes and chromosomes. Yan. No? So inside it is your DNA. Yan. So cytology, the study of cells. Yan. So magpo-focus tayo sa chromosomes. So they are the hereditary units. Yan. So ito ay something that is inherited. So it passed through every generation, and genetics is basically the study of heredity. Yan. So the differences and similarities that runs within family lines. Yan. So guys, yan, we could not ignore that some of our genes are coming from our family, di ba? So kunyari, napapansin ko na nagiging kahawig ko na yung nanay ko. and ganoon talaga because I'm her daughter. So your chromosome, so the DNA is wound up yan, into a chromosome. So chromosome consists of a DNA molecule and a histone. So that's the protein. Yan. So the genes yan, are distinct regions. So or portions of the chromosome. Yan, parte ng, mamaya I'll show you, parte lang ng chromosomes, okay? Genes could code for a protein product. Yan. So your DNA, in the process of, hayaan nyo lang ako magsalita, transcription, it could produce an mRNA. Yan. So the mRNA, guys, will travel to the ribosome and will go to the, and will translate the mRNA and will produce the indicated protein. Yan. So yung DNA natin, ang goal na, yung code sa DNA na nasa nucleus natin, guys, its goal, yan, is to produce proteins in the ribosome, okay? However, guys, your DNA is concentrated on the nucleus, okay? Your DNA, hindi siya pwedeng lumabas, okay? So we need a messenger, yan, which is your messenger RNA. So your messenger RNA copied a portion of the DNA that wants to be used, yan. So dito yung nucleus. So there's a portion of DNA na kailangang gawing protein. So your RNA will transcribe it, will copy it, yan. And that's the one that will come out of the nucleus. And your mRNA, guys, will travel to your ribosome. Yan. And your mRNA will be translated to become a protein. Okay? So, basically, ganun ang nangyayari sa katawan. So, these are your chromosomes. At manonotice nyo ito, may mga darker bands. Yan. This is a chromosome 17. Yan. And the darker bands represent your genes. Yan. In every genes, there are 3,000 bases ayon sa Human Genome Project. Yan. And these genes, class, some of these genes work together para, example, magkaroon ka ng brown eyes. These genes, yan, they work together, they combine together para magkaroon ka ng black hair. Yan, or dark skin. Yan. So, sometimes, to have your physical trait, yan, or kahit anumang sakit, there is a gene involved. Example, actually, there is a breast cancer gene. Yan. So, having a breast cancer gene does not necessitate having a breast cancer. You will have a breast cancer. So, there are many factors that will increase the risk of having a breast cancer. Pero, yun rin, having a gene will increase the risk of breast cancer, pero not necessarily, okay? So, there's a portion on a gene, yan, portion on your chromatid, yan, which will dictate which would be your eye color, yan, so brown. So, a portion on your chromatid or your chromosome, pag chromatid, isa lang eh, one pair lang. A part of your chromosome which will dictate your hair color. And you will have a example blonde. Yan. So, pag sinabi nating gene, so we have an eye color gene. Okay? The alleles, kumbaga, is the variety. So, eye color, ano bang color ng mga eyes? May brown, blue, emerald, may gray. So, alleles are the different types of traits that could happen in that gene. So, hair color, some people are blonde. So, hindi yung binlit siya, yung totoong blonde, red, brown, and black. Okay. So, that gene is the one that codes the trait. Okay. And the alleles are the different varieties of trait. So, example, your ears. So, yung allele ng ear, it is free or attached. Yan. If you have a dimple gene, yan. So, pwedeng with dimples, without dimples. Yan. So, those are alleles, yung variety of trait. Yan. So, genome is the entire set of genes in an organism. Allele is the variety of genes. So, one allele is coming from your father and one allele is coming from your mother. So, guys, yung mga next naman na topic na words na mamimit natin is the word genotype. Yan. So, genotype is the gene that is available and the phenotype is the physical appearance, kung ano yung na-express. Okay? So, example, for me, yan, right now, you can see I have a dark hair because I have a dark hair gene. Okay? So, kung pinableach ko to, yan, magiging blonde ako. So, blonde is is the effect of my environment. Okay, environment lang yun. Pero genotype plus environment. So, since my gene is a black hair gene, what is expressed is black hair. So, since my gene is a brown eye gene, so what is expressed, my phenotype, is a brown-eyed woman. Okay? And another one, bigyan natin. So my gene is a blood type, having a blood type B gene. Okay, so what is expressed? My phenotype is having a blood type B gene. Okay, what is expressed? Pag-uralan pa natin yan. So, finally, yan, malapit na tayo tapos guys. So, yun yung mga terms na, ito yung mga terms na gusto kong maintindihan nyo. So, eventually, what we'll always going to mention, dominant allele. Yan. So, in genetics, we will represent a dominant allele with a capital letter and recessive allele with a small letter. So, I told you, dominant alleles, kahit isa lang, may isang dominant allele lang from your parent, it will easily be seen. Okay? Yung recessive allele, guys, para makita siya, ma-express siya, maging phenotype siya, guys, you need two of your parents to have both that recessive allele para makita. Okay? So, okay, let's move on. Next, we have this term homozygous. So when we say homozygous, that person has the same allele. And heterozygous, different allele. Diba? Homosexual, diba? Lalaki-lalaki. So pag heterosexual, babae, lalaki, different. Magbigay tayong example. We will represent letter B, big B, capital letter B, with brown eyes and small letter B with blue eyes. So, mapapansin nyo na capital letter. Therefore, ano siya? Dominant or recessive? Yan. It's a dominant gene. Okay? Dominant gene ang brown eyes. Yan. So, alam mo na hindi mo walang B, malaking letter B, tapos brown eyes, alam mo na by just looking at this na dominant gene ang brown eyes. Okay, dominant allele. And since nakita mo na small letter yung blue eyes, therefore it's a small letter B. Okay? So, kunyari, yung example pa kanina, yung free lobe and attached lobe. Yan. Let's represent letter E kasi ears. Yan. So, ang magkakaroon ng big letter E is the free lobe. Tama? Because it's a dominant allele. Ang ma-assignan ng small letter E is the attached lobe because it's a small letter E. Okay? So here, this woman has brown eyes. Yan. I assigned her, di ako sure pero in our story, I assigned her with 2 letter B. Yan. So brown eyes. So, brown siya. Brown ang nakikita natin is expressed because she has a homozygous dominant allele. Yan. So, pinaghalo ko na homozygous dominant allele. Kasi homozygous pareho, tapos pareho pang capital letter. So, homozygous dominant. Okay? Tapos, may nakilala siyang lalaki. So, small b, small b. So, small b represents the blue eyes, which is a recessive allele. Okay? And it's the same. So this guy has a homozygous recessive allele. Okay? Or gene. Homozygous recessive. Correct? Tama? So itong babae, meron siyang homozygous dominant gene which of brown eyes. And itong lalaki, he has a homozygous recessive allele. Okay? So you could replay this if you don't understand. So eventually, nagkaanak sila, guys. So kung gagawa tayo ng Punnett square, so Punnett square sa next time na yun, so 100% ang anak nila, the high percent, 100% sure na sure, most probably ang anak nila, guys, will have a, so magkaiba, heterozygous allele. Ayan, yun na lang. Heterozygous allele, okay? However, what is seen is the brown eye still. Yan, kasi class, the dominant allele, he has a heterozygous gene, magkaiba. So, this guy will show brown eyes. Yan, because nakakuha siya ng isang dominant gene of brown eyes. Yan. So kahit isa lang ang ma-receive ng bata na dominant gene, yun ang magpapakita. Okay, magpapakita. So the only time that their child will have blue eyes if this guy marries another blue-eyed woman, okay? Or the woman will be a heterozygous woman. Big B, small b. Yan. So may chance, 25% chance. Pag heterozygous yung babae, may 25% chance na magkaroon ng brown eyes, ay blue eyes yung anak nila. Pero kung dominant talaga yung anak, yung babae na having brown eyes, yan, most probably 100% brown eyes rin yung anak nila. Yan. So kunyari kung 100% Filipino ka, tapos yung napangasawa mo, foreigner guys, with the blue eyes or green eyes, yan. Most probably, brown eyes pa rin ang lalabas, ha? Because you have that dominant gene. Yan. At mapapasa mo sa anak mo yan. At yun ang may express. Okay. So, yun na yun. So, homozygous having identical gene. Yan. Heterozygous having two different genes. Dominant, an allele of gene that masks or suppresses the expression of an alternate allele. The trait appears in the yun, dominant allele, so it is expressed. Yan. So pag merong kahit isa lang, it could mask. Yan. Pwede niyang, it could mask, it could suppress the recessive allele. Yan. An allele that is masked, so recessive is an allele that is masked by a dominant allele, does not appear in heterozygous condition. Yan, only in homozygous. So pag dominant allele, yan, kahit in the heterozygous form, it is seen. Pero yung recessive, pag heterozygous, hindi nakikita. It's only seen in the homozygous state. Okay. So, ito lang. So, we have a green P and a yellow P. Okay. So, green P is recessive kasi small letter. The yellow P is dominant kasi capital letter. Yan. So, mapapansin nyo ito, yellow pa rin yung heterozygous kasi ang dominant ay yung yellow. Yan. So, they are homozygous. And this one is heterozygous. Yung mga heterozygous, ang nakikita sa kanila is yung dominant gene. Okay? May natutunan ba, guys? So, yung mga examples pa ng dominant gene, having a cleft chin, widow's peak, yung patulis, yung hairline, dimples, having a brown hair, freckles, brown eyes, and free earlobe. Yan. So, kahit isa lang sa parent ang merong dominant gene, mapapakita sa anak. Okay? So, unless, yan, recessive, ha? So, pag recessive, ibang storya na yun. And recessive genes, okay, dapat dalawa sa parents ang merong gene na to para mapakita. So, gray eyes or blue eyes. So, example, yan, bago tayo magtapos, guys, inheritance of an ABO blood type. So, here, mapapansin nyo, itong taong to, may dominant gene siya of AA, okay? Yung gene niya, dominant gene, or homozygous A gene. Yan. So, ang blood type niya, guys, is blood type A, okay? Dominant genes ang A and B. So, ito, this is a heterozygous. So, dominant yung A, recessive yung O. So, kung ganito man yung gene mo, AO, ang lalabas na blood type mo, blood type A pa rin, okay? Because it's a dominant gene. Here, you have homozygous B gene. Yan. So, ang lalabas na blood type, B. Okay, B pa rin. Ito, BO. So, ang dominant gene is letter B. So, ang lalabas, blood type B. Okay? So, the only time that blood type O will be expressed as a phenotype when both of the parents have O gene. Okay? It's a recessive gene. Here, one parent has a blood type A, one parent has a blood type B. So what's expressed is both A and B. Yan, blood type AB. Yan, so the parents, yan, so yung parents, meron naghalo yung dalawang O gene nila. So O yung blood type nung anak nila. Okay. So, kailangan maging homozygous O, okay? So, kung heterozygous, hindi na-express ang O. So, that's the end of our lesson, guys. Salamat sa pakikinig. Bye-bye!